word superhero, the names that we recall are Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, etc. and not Shaktiman or Nagraj, who were the natives of our country. When people were almost content with the savior characters like Shahenshah, of whom the entire villain gang was afraid, a trend of superheroes started and is still going on. Some shamelessly copied the world-famous Hollywood superhero flick Superman, naming it Superman itself, while some tried creating original superheroes for Bollywood. We bring to you the list of Indian superhero flicks that turned out to be total humiliations in its attempt of starting a genre. Dating back to 1985, Jackie Shroff aka Jaggu Dada of Bollywood, with his lanky body structure, enacted the role of the first superhero of India in Shiva Ka Insaf. The only witness of his parents' murder, Bhola, played by Jackie, is brought up by Ram, Rahim and Robert, who train him in fighting and combat and also endow him with some heavenly weapons to be able to take revenge on the murderer. Even with its exciting concept of experiencing the movie in 3D, people preferred reading comics rather than watching this disaster. The next fiasco in line is Toofan, starring the mega star Amitabh Bachchan. Again, the same story of avenging the death of a loved one. Toofan was a story of two brothers separated at birth and both try to avenge their father's death. One is a mere magician, while the other is the original Toofan, who gets holy supernatural powers from his favorite deity Hanuman. It was nothing more than a brain-racking torture which led it to become a total disappointment. Amitabh, after the disaster of Toofan, came with yet another superhero film, Ajooba, which was a big-budget movie of that time. This is a story of Ajooba, the masked legend who is treated as the only protector of the people of Baharistan. Ajooba is none other than Ali, the real heir of the kingdom of Baharistan. The movie was quite funny and entertaining, but still failed to create wonders at the box office. Apparently, the reason we understood later was the audience's preconceived notion of it failing. Well, if Daddy had done so many superhero roles, the beta cannot help but follow his footsteps. We are talking about Abhishek Bachchan. After failing in normal human roles, Abhishek tried his hands at supernatural one. We mean out of this world superhero role. But he was not welcomed in that avatar either. As they call it in Bollywood, Drona was slightly yet distinctly inspired from Hollywood's super hit Harry Potter series about being an orphan abused by his only distant family, who later discovers his true powers and supernatural side. This movie could not be a blockbuster, but definitely served as a myth buster. You cannot fool the audiences by huge star cast and big budgets. Last but not the least is the first ever dyslexic superhero of the film industry. Oh sorry, we're confusing this hit Tare Zameen Pe boy Darshil Safari with his latest superhero, or we can say a super flop movie, Zokomon. It was yet again a dukh bhari kahani of an orphan turned superhero who tries to save a village and reclaim his father's property from some nasty relatives. The movie was like a secret passing affair between the distributors and the multiplexes that no one ever came to know about. So which of these superhero films for once made you feel lucky and not jealous for just being a human? This is Yakuta Haji for Archery.com.